What's going on, guys? John here, another video. This video, I've been waiting to do it for a while. This is my 2025 rod and reel combos, and like I always say in these videos, these combos are not set in stone. So if I see something I like or want to upgrade, you know, I'll end up selling the combo that I plan on upgrading. But for the time being, these are my current lineup of my combos. Well, first up, I have a Revo X. This is the third generation Revo with a Bass Pro Shops Johnny Morris Carbon Light medium heavy rod. I've had this rod since 2015. I got it when I was working at Bass Pro Shops. This reel is the 7.3 to 1 gear ratio, and I have it spooled with 30-pound Power Pro. So with this rod being a medium heavy, the lure rating is 3/8 to 1 ounce. It's a 7-footer, line weight 10 to 20 pound, medium heavy action, fast, right? Believe it or not, this is my my frogging setup. That's literally all I use it for. I cast like 1/4 ounce live target frogs with this. All the way up to the standard size of live target frogs. Like, kind of, that's literally all the frogs I use is live target. I haven't used this combo in a while. I haven't been doing very much frogging. I know some spots to frog, but unfortunately, you know, those places get hit pretty hard with fishing pressure, so I haven't been there for a while. But you know, I'm not jacking 5, 6, 7 pound fish. 30-pound braid on this combo is more than enough for the size of frogs that I use and for the fish that I'm targeting, as well as it gives me a little bit of fun, right? Nothing too crazy. And the reel has, I think it's like 24 pounds of drag, which is incredibly crazy for a reel that I paid like $100 for. So I'm not going for sensitivity, so this rod for me frogging is more than enough. So my next combo is my crankbait combo. So right here I have a Shimano Bantam 150 MGL with a 6.2 to 1 gear ratio on a Megabass Levante flat side special rod. So this is a 4.5 power, so this is like a medium. The lure rating right here is 1/4 ounce to 3/4 ounce, 8 to 20 pound line. Not sure if you could see that. It's a 7-footer, and it is specifically made for crankbaits. Like, the bend is crazy on it. Not sure if you could see it, but it's got a really nice parabolic bend to it. I think it's a regular taper, or kind of like a medium moderate, right? Just for the treble hooks of the crankbaits to stay pinned. And because the rod is not very heavy, is that I can cast like the 1/4 ounce square bills really easily with this. And I have 15-pound Sunline FC Assassin fluorocarbon on it, and like I said, I cast the normal 1/2 ounce square bills and 3/8 ounce square bills, as well as the 1/4 ounce, the smaller size, like the 2-inch sizes, right? The drag on this is extremely nice. It's smooth. The reel is even smoother. It's strong, you know, with the infinity drive. This is literally like it's got the torque of a round reel in a body of a low profile reel. When this reel came out, outside of the Calcutta, this was the only reel that came with infinity drive. But yeah, it's actually a really nice and light and sensitive crankbait combo. All right, so up next is actually my lightest combo, and it's my combo that I use for mostly for topwater, but it's also a pretty decent jerkbait rod. So it's my Shimano Aldebaran 150 on a Megabass Destroyer P5 Cyclone. You can see it here. So now it's an F4, 4 power, 6'6". It's a medium power, regular action, and I could cast 1/4 ounce to 7/8 ounce lures, and a line rating of 8 to 20. Yeah, like, I mean, as you've seen from my bass fishing videos, this thing is handling pop maxes with ease. The Aldebaran is a 7.1 to 1, and I have actually a copolymer on it because I do use it for treble baits. So I want a little bit of give, especially when I'm fighting the fish. And the line weight I have on it is 12-pound P-line floor clear. So it's a copolymer with a fluorocarbon coating. But the thing is, it's not as dense as fluorocarbon, so it still floats, just like a normal mono. And this is the action of the rod right here. Don't want to get too much into it because I'll do a review video of this. But it's nice for topwater. Technically, that's what it's made for, is topwater and fast-moving baits, and does a pretty good job as a jerkbait rod as well. So I'll be getting into more jerkbaits this year, especially with the Megabass Vision 110 SR, the shallow runner. So I'll be getting some of those too, because I fish, you know, like shallow water between 4 to 13 feet the deepest, but mostly like on average is like 4 to 6 feet, and there's weeds. So at least with the Vision 110, I could fish that right above the weeds. It can handle nice sized bass too. And the shorter length, the 6'6", as a shore fisherman, allows me to work both the topwater and the jerkbait with ease, without actually slapping my tip in the water, or even hitting my rod tip on obstacles like docks and trees and stuff when I'm working the bait. So when I meant that it's my lightest combo, the reel alone weighs 4.7 ounces and the rod weighs 3.4. So 4.7 and 3.4 is an 8.1 ounce combo, which is absolutely mind-bogglingly light. So my next combo right here is my spinnerbait combo. So I have my Shimano Metanium MGL 150, the HG model with the 7.1 to 1 gear ratio, on a Megabass Destroyer P5 Deimos. So the Deimos is an F5 power, 7'2". It's a medium plus, so it's, I would say, a medium to medium heavy, kind of in between, right? With a fast action. It's rated for 3/8 to 1 ounce lures with a line rating of 8 to 20 pound line. And you can see it is more of a kind of like a fast to regular taper, right? I have a Fuji Easy Keeper on it right here, see? I have 15-pound Sunline FC Assassin on this as well. I use that line a lot, especially for reaction style baits. So this is a really light rod. It's a sub 4 ounce rod. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's like 3.84 or something like that. And the 6.5 or so ounces of the Shimano Metanium make it also an incredibly light combo. I just got this rod not too long ago. I think like a couple months ago, or around Christmas time. That was my Christmas gift to myself. And yeah, it's pretty much my bladed jig, spinnerbait, mostly spinnerbait, and swim jig and bladed jig rod. I don't use too much chatter baits. So last of my baitcasters, but absolutely not least, you've seen this on my videos before, especially my 2024 bass videos. So this is my Texas rig jig and worm, mostly worm rod. My worm combo, I should say. It is the Loomis NRX Plus 853C JWR. JWR is jig and worm rod, and the C on 853C means casting. With my 2019 Shimano Antares A 70 size Baitcaster with the 7.4 gear ratio, it's the HG model, and I have 15-pound Seagar Abrazex on it. So right now I have a free rig tied on it, which that's honestly something that this rod does extremely well, is free rigging. And I've been using a 3/16 ounce weight on it, and this rod can handle it. So the rating on the rod so far, it's a 7'1" extra fast medium heavy, rated 3/16 ounce to 5/8 ounce lures, 12 to 16 pound line. But yeah, it does handle 3/16 ounce weights really nice. I have a hook keeper on it right now. Yeah, I was using the 7-inch worms free rigging on this, and it's awesome. I'm going to also use the Depths bull flat on it, and you can see right here, look at that, it's extremely fast, right? The 853C is probably one of the most versatile jig and worm rods out there. I'm probably gonna catch some flack for it, but whatever. You know, I've used enough Loomis NRX rods. But I digress. You know, I think it's a fantastic rod, but the 853 is a really nice rod. You can even use weightless Senkos on it. And honestly, I would probably buy an 852C, right? That would be like the ultimate weightless Senko rod if I fish Senkos a lot. But I don't want to get it too much into this as well, because this isn't a review video. I'll be doing a review video on this as well. But yeah, it's a 3 I think this rod weighs like 3.3 or 3.5 ounces. I'll do a weight on the review video that I'm gonna do. Even though the reel weighs like 7.5 ounces, it's a great combo. It's extremely balanced. It's just an absolute blast to use, and I look forward to using it a lot more too this coming bass season. So first up is my Loomis IMX Pro Ned Rig rod, the 831S NRR with a Shimano Twin Power 2500 SHG. So the SHG is actually a JDM model. S stands for shallow spool with the high gearing, and as you can see, this was already starting to turn a little bit. And the rod being the IMX Pro, you have a really nice kind of like a bronze color. You know, sometimes I forget how beautiful this rod actually looks, right? The full cork handle, right? Nice and extremely light combo, even with the twin power on it. So like I said, it's the 831 NRR 831S, and it is a 611 1/16 ounce to 5/16 ounce lures, 6 to 10 pound line, extra fast action. And even though it doesn't say the power on it, this is actually a medium light, being a 1 power. So if you're fishing this rod with a weedless Ned, I would say upgrade your line and your leader. I've lost some nice fish with this rod with the EWG hook, but that could be from a few variables. One of the variables being that I am using 6-pound braid to a 6-pound fluorocarbon leader, so my drag isn't as tight as it should be, maybe to put those hooks in a little harder. But I mean, that's something that I'm gonna have to work on this coming summer. In June, I plan on replacing the 6-pound line with 8-pound braid, so that way I could kind of up my power a little bit in terms of the line, because it does have a bit of backbone down the middle, but it's still a light rod, a light power in the top half of the rod for those lighter hooks, so that way I can crank my drag a little higher. Now on this reel itself, it's got only 9 pounds of drag, which 9 pounds is more than enough. It's an extremely smooth drag, But like I said, with the heavier line, I can literally crank the drag down and give me a little bit more hook setting power, so that's another option. But yeah, like this rod, I think it's like 3.3 ounces with a full cork, which is absolutely nuts. This is actually, you know, one of my favorite combos, believe it or not. Like aesthetically, this combo is beautiful. All right, so up next we have my Shimano Vanquish, the 2019 C3000 XG. And as you can see, this thing's just randomly spinning, even with a carbon fiber handle. Look at it. Look at the inertia, the easy startup on this thing. It's crazy. But yeah, this is my 2019 Shimano Vanquish C3000 XG on a stunning Megabass Destroyer P5 Landsat. So the specs on this, as you can see right here, is an F3 611 XS. I have the Fuji hook keeper up here, right? Rather than having it at the butt end, I have the Fuji keeper up here because I have this that holds drop shot weight. So I use this for multiple techniques, but I'll get into that shortly. So with that being said, this is a 6'11", medium light power, fast action, lure rating 1/16 to 3/8 ounce, 4 to 12 pound line. Now this is like a multi-purpose rod. Like majority of these Megabass Destroyer P5s, the best thing about them is their versatility and their sensitivity, right? And how aesthetically pleasing they are. And so for this, I use it for nose hook drop shots and very light free rigging applications, as well as very light Neco rigging. So things that are like, you know, up to 1/8 ounce weights, very light wire hooks. This is what this is for. And I have 6-pound Berkeley X9 braid, and I'll be running 4 to about 7-pound fluorocarbon leaders on this. Extremely light combo. This rod alone weighs around, I think it's like 3.4 or 3.5 ounces. And my Vanquish right here weighs 5.99 ounces, so pretty much 6 ounces. You can see it's balanced right here. I got a review video coming up shortly on this. Fantastic rod. I love the way that this rod feels. I love the way it fishes. I love the versatility. Then you have the fast action, and then you kind of have like that secondary action down the middle when you're fighting the fish, which creates a beautiful parabolic bend on this rod. I'm a hardcore finesse fisherman, so it only stands to reason why my best combos are for finesse fishing. Some of the baits that I enjoy using on this would be like Roboworm Sculpins, the Alive Minnows, X-Zone Slammers, 2-inch depths, bull flats, the 2-inch bellows gills free rigged, free rigging like 4-inch worms, tiny craws, all of that. This rod will do it. So now getting into my prestige combos. This is my Wacky rig setup right here, and this is a 2020 Shimano Twin Power C3000 XG on a OG G Loomis NRX 802S JWR. It's a 6'8", extra fast action, medium power. Lure rating 8 to 1/4 ounce, and 6 to 10 pound line. It is a true extra fast. And also, like I said, this is my Wacky rig combo and my Neco rig combo. So the reason why I prefer this, a shorter rod, as a shore fisherman, also shorter rods will allow you to skip a bait under like tree branches and stuff a lot easier than a longer rod will. And also too, just just the lightness and the maneuverability of this rod is fantastic. And here's the balance point right here. So just because a reel weighs over 7 ounces doesn't mean that it's an extremely heavy reel or that it's cumbersome, because look where the balance point is, right? Like 7-ounce reels aren't heavy. It's not a heavy reel. I have 10-pound Berkley X5 braid on it, so it is 10 pound. So I use a little heavier line on this combo. So, and then I'll use 8 to 10 pound fluorocarbon leaders on this. This one I like to have my drag a little bit tighter, right? Because I find that with Wacky rig and Neco rigging, I do get bigger fish. And also too, if I'm Neco rigging, I'm fishing slightly deeper water and casting out further, so I want a little bit more power on the hook set, better hook penetration. I've had this rod since I believe it's March 2021. I remember buying this rod actually at Gagnon when they had their yard sale in March at that time. And I remember I got this for a really good price. I think I got this for $6.99 back then. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Even though it comes with the hook keeper here, I put my own Fuji Easy Keeper. I put this on my high-end rods, my ultra high-end rods, because I don't want to put my hooks on hook keepers to damage any sort of blank or scratch the hook keeper, which can sometimes start to rust. Alright, so next up is my shaky head combo. I've had this rod on a review video already recently. So right here, Loomis NRX Plus 822S SYR with a Shimano Exsence C3000 MHG. This is the 2021 model right here. And I have 8-pound Berkley X5 braid on it. I love Berkley X5. As you can see, this thing already started spinning as soon as I turned it upside down. So let's get to the rod. So NRX Plus 822S SYR, 6'10", extra fast action, medium power, 1/8 ounce to 5/16 ounce lures, 8 to 12 pound line. So, as I spoke about it in my review video, I'm not going to drag this, because if you want to know more about this, I'll link the review video below. But this is a fantastic shaky head rod, especially if you're using you know, 16th ounce to say like a 3/16 ounce weight with it. Casts it out nice, handles it, hook sets fantastic. Also too, you could double up this rod and use it as a drop shot rod. A lot of people do that just because of how, you know, the action of the rod is. And you can even use it as a Ned rig rod as well. So it is a versatile NRX rod. You know, a lot of people say NRX Plus is not a versatile rod, but don't let people tell you that it's not, because there is some hidden gems in their lineups, like this one. You know, this rod weighs what is it, like 3.2 ounces, right? And the reel weighs 6.3. So you have a combo that weighs less than 10 ounces. It's like 9.5 ounces, which is crazy. I have my hook keeper in the back, right? Fantastic combo, beautiful combo. Such a joy to use. And I enjoy using this combo a lot, actually. This combo has caught me some fish last year. Roboworm 6-inch. I'm even going to use the 7-inch this coming bass season. I'm going to try 7-inch on this. So yeah, ain't no problem with this, putting the hooks in these fish, that's for sure. So this is my bread and butter combo. This is my complete drop shot setup right here, which is a Loomis NRX 822S SYR with a 2022 Shimano Stella 2500 HG, the FK model. And right here, I've been drop shotting for over 10 years. I've been drop shotting for 10 years. And out of all the combos that I've used, this is the one that I chose to be my final drop shot combo. And look at the balance right here of this rod. Stella weighs 7.4 ounces. Right? So I'm going to start using the Stella this year for drop shotting. I actually had this Stella on my 852S. I don't have that rod no more. I used it for steelhead. I beat on it a little bit with steelhead this past fall 2024. So now I chose it to be my final drop shot combo with this. And I used to have the 2018 Stella FJ on this, performed flawlessly, and I was like, you know what, let me just put it on my Loomis IMX 13-foot float rod. I'm going to be using that for steelhead off the piers. So this is my favorite combo. Texas rig drop shot, robo worms, any type of worm that I'm throwing on a drop shot will be on this. If I need bites, this is the combo that I pull out. So the specs, 6'10", extra fast action, meg medium power, 1/8 to 3/8 ounce, 6 to 12 pound line. It's similar to the SYR, not quite. They do vary in action. So this is the extra fast, but it does have a little bit softness the lower you go on the blank. But I mean, I've used only 6-pound braid on this with 6-pound leader, and I love it. Like, that line is fantastic. And for this year, I'm trying out 6-pound Suffix 131, and that is the that really thin braid. And apparently that braid, it also sinks apparently, but I haven't used it yet, so I plan on testing that out. But I have a review video on both this rod and this reel coming up shortly, so keep an eye out for that. I have my Fuji Easy Keeper up here because a drop shot, the hook goes here, and then I have this to hold my weight. The rod weighs around 3.18 to 3.2 ounces, right? Depends on the angle of it on the scale. Reel weighs 7.4 ounces, but it really doesn't feel like it. Like the combo is nice and balanced. And like I said, this is my strictly Texas rig drop shot combo. I use anywhere from 16th ounce weights to 8th ounce, but I'm going to increase that to 3/16ths because I want to cast further. I want to get to the fish that are untouched from where normal shore fishermen cannot reach. I learned that this past fall, so I'm going to capitalize it this year. You know, the rod performs well with many different types of hooks. The Robo Worm Gamakatsu rebarb hook. It works well with the owner cover shot, as well as the Trocar Finesse worm hook. The ones for drop shot, I forgot the model number for them. They work good with that, as well as the Eagle Claw Finesse worm as well. Alright, so that is the end of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next video.